The otter boss, looking very serious, holds up a leaf carefully folded into the shape of a badge. He pins it to Pip's chest. "You're one of us now, Detective Pip." Pip pats the badge proudly. "This is great. Does this badge come with any snacks?" The otter boss just stares. No, Pip's new partner, the perpetually hungry goat, also gets a badge. He examines it for a second, then immediately eats it. With the detective team assembled, it was time to find some clues. Their investigation starts by the riverbank. Pip spots something alarming in the mud. Huge, deep footprints, way too big for any otter. The goat leans in, his eyes wide. "Whoa, Pip, these tracks are big," Pip gulps. Like elephant big," the goat shakes his head ominously. "Or something worse." Pip's feathers stand on end. "Wait, what is worse than an elephant?" Just then, a cold breeze whistles through the trees, making Pip shiver dramatically. This jungle was getting creepier by the minute. Following the tracks, they soon find their prime suspect. Hiding behind a giant log is a massive monitor lizard, trying his best to look innocent. It wasn't working, mostly because he had shimmery fish scales stuck all over his face. Pip waddles forward, puffing out his chest. "Hold it right there," the lizard jumps. "I didn't do anything," the goat sniffs the air. "You smell like sushi," the lizard scoffs. "That is completely unrelated." Pip starts the interrogation. "All right, Scaly, where were you at fish o'clock?" The lizard insists. "I was sleeping." Pip points a flipper at his face. "Sleeping with fish scales on your face?" The lizard throws his hands up in frustration. "I rolled in them. I have a skin condition, okay?" It turned out he wasn't the thief. He was just a very, very weird lizard. The case was back to square one. Just as Pip started to feel discouraged, he noticed something strange floating down the river. Tiny leaves, each carrying a few fish bones arranged to look like arrows. The goat peers closer. Looks like someone is leaving messages. Pip gasps. The jungle is texting us again. The leafy arrows bob along the current, pointing them toward the darkest, most tangled part of the jungle. Pip hesitates. "I don't like this." The goat nods. "Me neither, but of course." They both step inside anyway. The plot demanded it. The air grew heavy and dark. Suddenly, a pair of glowing yellow eyes blinked open in the shadows above them. Before they could react, a squat, furry creature dropped silently from a branch like a fluffy ninja. It was a Binturong, a bear cat, and he was holding a sack of fish. He grinned. "I took the fish." All of them. Pip was stunned. "But why?" The Binturong gestures proudly to a clearing behind him to make the world's first jungle sushi bar. Behind him is a handcrafted wooden sign that reads, "Binturong's Fish and Fun Bar, opening soon." Pip couldn't believe it. "You stole all the fish to start a business?" The Binturong shrugs. "Hey, entrepreneurship is tough, okay?" Suddenly, the rustling of leaves announces the arrival of the Otter clan. They emerge from the jungle, moving in slow motion like a scene from an action movie, with their boss at the front. He points a wet paw at the Binturong. "Return our fish." The Binturong smirks. "Come and get them, Whisker Boy." Pip braces himself. Oh no! It's a fish fight, but just as tensions peak, the goat steps between them. Wait, everyone freezes. The goat looks from the otters to the Binturong. "What if you share the fish?" The Binturong blinks. "Share." The otter boss echoes, "Share?" Pip's eyes light up. "Share." The two rivals stare at each other for a long moment. Then, surprisingly, they both shrug, and so a truce was called. The Binturong gave half the fish back to the otters and used the other half to officially open his sushi bar. To celebrate, everyone gets to try some. Pip takes a bite of a green and white roll and his eyes immediately water. "My tongue is on fire. Why is green so spicy?" The goat, on the other hand, absolutely loves it and happily devours 26 rolls in under 3 minutes. With peace restored and bellies full, the otter boss leads Pip to the edge of a wide, fast-moving river. "A deal is a deal," he says. "As promised, we'll show you how to ride the current." Pip's eyes sparkle with hope. "Does this mean I can finally go home?" The otter boss nods. Yep. Right after you survive the rapids, Pip's smile vanishes. I can finally go home, the otter boss nods. Yep, right after you survive the rapids, Pip's smile vanishes. He looks down at the roaring, churning water ahead. The what and there at the edge of a terrifying river are tiny, terrified, and adorable penguin hero stands, wondering what he's gotten himself into now. Don't forget to like and subscribe to find out what happens next.